It's finally happening, y'all. The first official Dress to Impress Pride update is here. The community has been asking for this for years, but what happens when we finally get it? A lot of players are thrilled, but did you really think we would have a completely happy ending? Of course not. It ain't DTI if somebody isn't complaining, am I right? Let's just dive right into it and get into the chaos, friends. Okay, first, let's clarify. This is considered a mini update. We got some makeup looks and a redeemable code that gives you a dress and flag. And along with it, the devs also spoke very openly about the situation they were in and where their motivations lie. If you saw my previous video, you know that the devs have been avoiding a Pride update because of global restrictions on the Roblox platform specifically. But after hearing the community's concerns recently, they found a way to work around those restrictions.
We're excited to share that there will be a small Pride update coming June 20th. As a predominantly LGBTQ+ team with devs from across the globe, we can't express how grateful we are to be able to celebrate Pride. However, we wanted to address some of the recent conversations we've seen in our community. Some developers have previously expressed worries about players losing access to the game in countries where LGBTQ messaging is not allowed. Some interpreted this as our team not wanting to lose money. But we wanted to clarify that we were worried about the players who would lose the rights to play or would be targeted if they were found playing during a Pride update. We want to make it clear, profit is not the priority for updates that aim to celebrate the diversity of our community. We know how much our players care about the game, and we didn't want to take any actions that could exclude part of our player base. But by doing so, we saw that we had made another part of our community feel excluded, and how deeply hurt our community was. We want to apologize to those that were blindsided by our lack of outward support towards Pride. We want to firmly emphasize our stance here, that we are strongly pro-LGBTQ+. Our entire team believes every person should be able to live their lives without facing discrimination for being who they are. After discussion with our team and further research, we found a way to properly honor Pride while allowing everyone to access the game.
I think I can speak on behalf of most of the community when I say that this level of transparency is huge. It's actually really refreshing to hear the devs openly talk about their values and what they stand for. Over the years, we've heard plenty of accusations that the devs are quote-unquote greedy, so hearing them clarify that this update wasn't financially motivated and instead came from a place of genuine concern for their players is honestly really appreciated. Of course, you don't have to believe them, but personally, I see no reason to interpret their statement as insincere. So, kudos to them. Okay, so if the community wanted this update and the devs finally delivered it, what's the problem? Girl, there is always a problem. And you've probably guessed it by now. Certain groups of people are, let's just say, uncomfortable with LGBTQ+ people, to put it lightly.
Come celebrate Pride with us.
I hate LGBT!
This was so bad I will not play it. Remove this updated.
Oh, this is disgusting.
Yo, let's boycott until they remove the update.
Why are people even gay?
I don't celebrate Pride. I'm straight, so I'm so happy there's no such update.
I'm a Christian. We should not be celebrating this month.
Stop force us to be Pride!
And interestingly, even some Pride supporters aren't entirely happy with this update either.
Feels kinda too little, too late. They had so much time to do this already but chose not to. People have responded how they felt excluded.
Holy rushed. This no longer feels genuine. This feels like a way to not get canceled.
Why not a full-on Pride update? We don't want bigots who don't support us playing DTI anyway.
So after hearing all of this, I think in situations like this, it's easy to throw your hands up and say, y'all are never happy, are you? But the truth is, you can't lump all DTI players into one category. DTI is made up of vastly different groups of people: queer players, religious players, casual players, and unfortunately, yes, some bigots, racists, and homophobes. So, of course, the community as a whole is never going to agree on everything because it's made up of people with completely different values and beliefs. That's just the reality of having a massive player base. So, what's the solution to all of this? Is there a way that we can ever find total happiness among the players? Obviously, we're not going to solve DTI world peace in a single YouTube video, but I think it's important to remember that on social media, the most unhappy voices are often the loudest, even if those voices are actually in the minority. Quite frankly, I'm really proud of DTI for making this update, especially after the stand they took with the recent cultural diversity update. They obviously know this is going to upset some players, and they're showing that they're willing to take that risk because they understand the importance of representing a historically marginalized group in a game that is literally rooted in queer culture. And you can already see the positive impact this update is having on those players.
Come celebrate Pride with us.
Oh my god, finally, someone cares.
Finally! I've been wishing for this moment. Thank you so much, DTI!
Oh my god, miracles are real.
Yes! Finally, DTI heard our cries.
Yay! Can't wait for the Pride update. Just like DTI said, everyone is the same and we should all be treated the same no matter what, love.
So this needs to be reiterated. A Pride update is not making this game gay. I hate to break it to some of y'all, but this game is already pretty gay. In my previous video about the Pride update, I gave a very surface-level explanation of ballroom culture, but I realized after posting it that a lot of younger or sheltered or religious players may not really know what ballroom culture is. So I just want to reiterate it plainly. Ballroom culture does not refer to fancy European ballrooms with powdered wigs and aristocrats dancing to waltzes. Ballroom culture is specifically an LGBTQ subculture that was popularized in the US in the 1960s and 70s. Back then, homosexuality was still illegal in the US, and many queer and trans teens were rejected by their families and then left homeless. So to survive, many of these young people created chosen families called houses. You may have heard this rhetoric even nowadays. And they'd take on a shared last name. That's where phrases like House of Extravaganza came from. These houses would host events called balls, where members would dress according to a category or a theme and compete for a trophy in recognition. Does that sound familiar? Because that's literally the format of Dress to Impress. The difference is that DTI is now a Roblox game where anyone, age, gender, race, or orientation, can participate from behind the safety of a computer screen. But historically, obviously these balls were held in person, and they were spaces for queer and trans people specifically to express themselves through fashion without fear. Because back then, society was even more prejudiced than it is today, surprisingly. And yes, it was dangerous for them. Balls were frequently raided by police, and attendees were harassed and arrested, all for wearing high heels or just a little bit of eyeliner. So if you're someone who says,
I don't support LGBT stuff,
then I hate to tell you, but you're gonna have to grapple with the fact that, Pride update or not, this game is fundamentally inspired by the lives and creativity and resilience of queer people. Every time you play Dress to Impress, you're engaging with a piece of that history, whether you realize it or not. All in all, I want to thank DTI for honoring the queer roots of their game. Even though I know a lot of us wanted a bigger update, this is still a first step. Between now and next June, I'm sure the devs will have plenty of time to make next year's event even more extravagant. But what do y'all think? Did you expect the devs to finally listen to the community? Are you happy with what we got, or are you disappointed with the update? Let me know in the comments. And remember, I know we all come from different backgrounds, and we all hold different beliefs, but let's try to be kind to one another. Anyway, happy Pride, y'all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you out on the runway.